Hi everyone, my name is Sophia Wixton, and today I'll be presenting on the social construction of intimacy, how society teaches us to love, what it expects from us emotionally, and why it's important to start unlearning some of those lessons. This presentation is part of my work for Family Diversity and Inequality 370. Intimacy feels like something personal, something private, something that comes naturally. But when you look closer, you realize we're all following scripts we didn't even write. Which brings me to slide 2. All right. What is the social construction of intimacy? The social construction of intimacy means that our ideas of love, closeness, and emotional connection are shaped by society, not just by our personal feelings. Intimacy isn't purely instinctual, it's taught through the families we grew up in, the cultures we belong to, the media we consume, and the gender roles we are handed. Different cultures define closeness differently. In many Western cultures, we're taught that true love means verbal declaration, saying, I love you, having a heart-to-heart conversation. But in other cultures, intimacy is quieter. It's found in acts of loyalty, small gestures, silent perseverance. According to Philip Cohen in The Family, Chapter 7, intimacy norms are deeply tied to larger cultural structures, including social class, gender expectations, and historical context. What we believe is normal in a relationship often isn't biological. It's a social script that's been handed to us without a question. All right, which brings us to slide 3. Gender performance and the dream girl trap. All right, one of the clearest places we can see intimacy being socially constructed is through gender. Girls especially are raised to believe that emotional labor is their responsibility, that closeness and connection are something we have to create, sustain. Laura discusses how women are often seen as the emotional center of families, the ones who remember birthdays, initiate emotional conversations, or keep relationships alive. I experienced this firsthand through what I call the dream girl trap. When I was a little bit younger, I thought if I just acted right, looked a certain way, loved a certain way, kept quiet at all the right times, spoke up at the right times, then I would be chosen. I wasn't connecting, I was sort of like performing. Lynn Jamieson, 1999, talks about this performance too. She calls it the pure relationship model, where emotional openness, constant vulnerability, and adaptability are seen as proof that you're worthy of love. But real intimacy doesn't come from modeling yourself into someone else's fantasy. Real intimacy happens when you're seen fully and perfectly without conditions. And that's something that social scripts don't prepare us for. Which brings us to slide 4, the final reflection. Recognizing that intimacy is socially constructed changes everything. It helps us understand that when someone struggles to say, I love you, it might not be because they don't care. It might be because they've learned that love was shown, not said. It teaches us that different doesn't mean broken. Society scripts our ideas of connections, but it's up to us to decide whether we follow the scripts or write something new. Authentic intimacy isn't something we earn by being perfect. It's something we build by being true to ourselves and the people we love. Dropping the performance is terrifying, but the only real way to be seen, not just loved for what you do, but loved for who you are. All right, so these are my references I used to inform this project, including our course material and 3 peer-reviewed sources that gave me a deeper understanding of intimacy. And for my questions, I didn't put them in the slides, but they will be down below, all right, is how have your personal ideas of intimacy been shaped by culture, family, or gender expectations you grew up with? And can you think of a time when someone showed you love differently than you expected, and what did that experience teach you about connection? All right, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.